Hey, this is Mike Putton with Jasper Main Street.
And Lauren Mance with the Walker Area Association of Realtors.
And together we are
Walker Visit.
a podcast about interesting people around the Walker area and people we just want to talk to, really.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So
Fun people.
Fun people.
No boring people.
We don't allow that. So, Southern moments. We always start with a Southern moment. I'll let you go first. Ladies first. Age before beauty. It's really just ladies first. I know. We all know that.
So we just finished the Thanksgiving holiday, and I made a new casserole. I mean, what is more Southern than casseroles?
Did it have like green beans in it or anything?
No, I don't. You know, I don't like green bean casserole.
Cream of mushroom soup, cream of something
This
soup.
was actually, it was just a corn casserole, but I have never made this before. But it was spicy, and it was good.
Did you go to the thing at the Civic Center, JCC? You did?
Operation Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Yes.
So you had a separate Thanksgiving at home, or you just made a corn casserole for the heck
we
of
made
it?
We had a different one.
Oh, okay.
With multiples.
All right.
The multiples of food.
Yeah. Well, my Southern moment is very similar. Pat wanted to eat in the dining room, which means you got to polish stuff. So I said, well, if you want to eat in the dining room, you're really going to have to polish it. Because I can't do this. So anyway, I came to the house one day, and the dining room was all set. And
everyone had their place settings. Y'all were
and
real
it
fancy.
also means when you in the dining room, it also means you can't put the dishes in the dishwasher. So that was me. That was me. I did all that.
Look at you.
I know.
So you washed the dishes since
Washed
you got everything.
them, dried them, put them away. Yeah.
Did you polish the silver?
No, Pat did that.
Oh.
That was, I said, if you want to use it, you have to like dip it. I don't want to dip it. So she did that.
Look at you guys.
It was so Southern.
So festive.
Uh-huh.
Did you have a casserole? At least
Yeah,
4.
we had a squash casserole. We had, I don't remember now.
Okay.
Thanksgiving's not one of my favorite meals. It tastes kind of the same to me.
It is a lot of beige. I'll give you that.
See?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, today we're not here to talk about my Thanksgiving or yours, really, Lauren, or your casserole. But we're here to talk to Maria. And Maria is from Athletic Arts. And Maria also owns a retail boutique right next to her studio. And I'm sorry, Maria Ross Campsey, that's her name. And how long have you been in?
Struggle through that.
Well, no. How long have you been in the community? Because you're not from here.
No, I have been back here since 2004, and my studio opened in 2007.
Where did you do your training?
Well, I did my undergrad. I graduated from the University of Alabama.
Woo.
Yeah, roll tide. And after that, I lived in New York for a while, and then I came back in 2004.
Yeah, but how did you get to Jasper, Alabama?
Before that, the first time.
I was about to say, we keep saying I came back. I'm like, when did we get here
Came
the first
back.
time?
In 1991, my family moved here from, we lived in southwestern Pennsylvania, and we moved to Walker County.
I guess that was job-related
Yes,
for one of them?
Yes, it was. My family had a mining and land reclamation business, and did a lot of contract work reclaiming sites in southwestern Pennsylvania, worked with U.S. Steel, and that connection is what brought them here. Okay. So they did, their first job was actually in Dora, and so they liked Jasper and stayed here, and then a lot of their work was Jefferson County. They did some jobs in Gadsden, but decided they definitely wanted to stay in Walker County and loved the area, loved Jasper, and wanted to live in Jasper.
So you decided you wanted to open a studio, and a lot of kids from this community go to your studio. And I feel like Nutcracker's coming up soon, because isn't that an annual event for you?
It is. This is our 13th year for the Nutcracker.
It gets to be live in person.
And we're back on stage. Yes, thank goodness. We're back on stage with a live audience this year. So that's great. This has become This has definitely become a tradition here. I'm, in some ways, shocked at how the students and the community have sort of embraced this this tradition. I kind of often think that these days maybe kids get tired of things fast. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
like they just get like I'm over it. What's next?
Right.
But it's been really cool to see how much they have embraced this story and learned about what repertoire is and how you keep working on it and how they want to come back each year and keep telling this story and just what that means.
And
So.
It's been going on long enough. I'm sure you've had students that started as little, what are they, the gumdrop?
Yes.
And then they've moved
Yes.
up, which is really neat because we come every year to watch it too, so we love it.
Awesome. Yeah, so then you've probably seen them. So in some ways it is a challenge for them if they start out young. They look at the different roles and different ages, different things, different technical requirements, and so it does give them things to work towards. But really, how they come together to really tell that story each year and think about what part they might try to audition for the next year. And we actually have a lot of adults in this production community from the community that also come back every year. They are in our party scene, and that's really cool that they love being a part of it.
And join them.
Well, dance was never my background. Live theater is live theater, but dance was never
Not
my
your thing.
This was never my gig.
Well, it's still storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then there's just the excitement of live theater because anything can happen, and sometimes it does.
Yes.
All
And
of it.
with the good groups, the director's the only one who knows it happened wrong.
Yes.
Because they cover it.
Yes, they have gotten to that point. This cast, they're quick on their feet, they know what's supposed to happen. So if things go wrong, they just roll with it. That's kind of our motto too. The show must go on, right?
Absolutely, it goes on. You don't cancel a show. I mean, I guess COVID canceled a few, but that's kind of
we came up with
exception.
workarounds. That's creative people come up with all kinds of workarounds.
Now, is your son still in dance or in the Nutcracker?
He is not in the production this year, but he still dances. He actually teaches a little bit when he has time.
How old is he?
He is turning 17 next week.
No, he's not.
Yes,
He's still like this.
I know. Yes.
Wow.
Next week he'll be 17. So, high school sports, football, tennis takes up a whole
All
lot
those
of time. Being 17,
Okay, y'all can't see this, but Maria looks really good to have a 17-year-old kid, don't you think?
Oh, gee, thanks.
She's got that classic Italian look.
Yes.
Okay, so he's doing other things, but what else do you do besides the Nutcracker?
Well, we usually do at least one musical a year, and we have one scheduled we just had auditions for actually last week, and the cast was announced, and we'll start rehearsing that next week. So even before Nutcracker's over, we have started for Honk Jr. Have you heard of that show? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's a retelling of the Ugly Duckling. It's a super cute show. It's so funny. It's really it's a junior production, so it's written for children to perform. But it's really got some funny, witty lines. I think the adults will really love it too, and the music's great. It's fun.
Is that one of those MTI juniors?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. We usually do. They're a lot more cost effective.
Yes,
to
I've
produce.
done a couple of them.
So,
yes.
So we've been doing a junior production every year. Last year we did a film. We did it was a play. It wasn't a musical. It was called Scenes from a Quarantine, and we filmed it.
Yes.
Everything we did, we filmed last year. We filmed the Nutcracker and presented that virtually, and then we did this little Scenes from a Quarantine, which was 10 skits, and it was interesting because the whole thing was written by young people through their experiences in quarantine, and it was adapted into these little vignettes, and we filmed all of that.
Tell me when Honk Jr. comes up again.
Honk is going to be March 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Is that at Roland?
It's going to be at Roland, yes. Right now it's tentatively scheduled there. We are planning a school performance with that. So we've done that in the past where the schools will schedule a field trip and they'll come in. So that is tentatively on the schedule to have 2 performances that Friday in the day, and open it up to the schools to bring their students to the performance. We've had a lot of success with those in the past, and our cast loves performing for their peers too.
I was about to say, so you'll have a lot of your cast will also be those students.
Right.
So that's going to be really neat.
When their classmates come and see them on stage, it's really special
That's a
for
big
them.
deal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I remember when I was teaching theater, we would do shows for elementary, depending on what the show was, elementary school performances, high school performances, but not so much the high school performances, but the elementary school performances are how you build your program.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
They look at that and they go, hey, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And thinking that they can't, but they can with some training and some coaching and all that kind of stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
But that's how you built it. But that's good that you are building your program that way. Is it just the Jasper City schools or Walker County schools?
It's going to be open to the county. Actually, in the past, we've had some schools from Winston County even come, Meek, Double Springs. A lot of that depends on who's in our cast because we've had people from outside the county come.
Okay,
and
so their classes.
Yes, we've had like Bagley because we've had some students from there come and join the production, and so then they.
That's really neat.
Yeah, then their schools would want to come and support their students. So it just kind of depends on who's up for it. But we open it up to any of the schools that want to come. It's sort of first come, first serve. And doing 2 shows at Roland really lets us get, I think that they seat close to 800. So that would be 1,600 kids in a day. That would be able to kind of come through and see the show.
Is that 2 shows in a day?
2 shows in a day.
I've done that. That's hard.
Yes.
That's tough.
Yes.
Well, are all of your shows at Roland?
No. The Nutcracker.
Well, to be clear, Roland is
Yes.
at Bevill
Bevill
State.
State.
Yes.
That's the auditorium at Bevill State.
Yes.
In Jasper.
The Nutcracker is at Jasper High School in the Pam Brown Theater.
I
And
never remembered the name of that theater.
yes. Pam Brown, yes. And that is December 18th, and we're actually doing 2 shows that day because that was the date we had, and it's just a little close to the end of school and the holidays come in.
yes.
So we actually have scheduled a 2:00 matinee and a 7:00 evening show in one day. This is the first time we've ever done 2 Nutcracker shows in one day. So we shall see.
Are you always that close to Christmas, like a week away?
No, I think it's just because we've been the 3rd weekend in December for a while now, but just the way the calendar fell, that 3rd weekend is really late. It's later than, I guess, than usual or than it has been in the past. So
Yeah, because I remember if you're doing a Christmas show, the closer you got it to Christmas vacation, the harder it was to produce.
right.
And or the end of the year, the closer you got it into May, it was like, oh, wow.
Right.
It's tough.
No, yeah, no, it's pretty tough, and I think it's just really the calendar, the way it fell this year, put us a little bit later. And we've usually do a school show for the Nutcracker as well, in which the theater at Jasper High School holds 1,200 students, and it's a beautiful theater. So, we can have a lot of students come in there, but it's the end. It's their
like
Christmas parties.
I'm gonna
I
say
mean, the
it's
kids,
Christmas
yeah.
week,
So it
everybody.
just wasn't feasible to get them in there. So, So we're not going to be able to do that this year. We are going and doing some like lecture demonstrations inside the schools to kind of supplement what they might be missing out on this year.
Hi, this is Jennifer Coron, co-host of Left on Red, the Daily Mountain Eagles political podcast, and we're glad to welcome Bevill State Community College as a sponsor. Your story starts at Bevill State Community College. Whether you're just starting out or starting over, Bevill State has an opportunity that is right for you. With 5 locations serving 7 counties, you don't have to go far to start your own success story. Plus, with tuition lower than 4-year colleges, you won't need to spend more for a great education. Visit them online at bscc.edu to learn about your options for seamless academic transfer and high-demand career tech and health science offerings. Let them help you tell your story.
That made me think. So, some of the different instructors you have, I've noticed they go into the school sometimes, like with partnership with maybe the Art Alliance or...
Yes, we have.
I saw Cindy.
Yes, Miss Cindy. Yes, Miss Cindy Lang has taught music for I don't even know how many years now in the schools. And we've done... it depends on, of course, their funding options, what they have. But we've done... third grade dance programs in the schools. We did a 7th grade, like a theater arts pilot program.
Oh, awesome.
So we've done some different things in the schools, looking at maybe bringing in like teaching artists. COVID sort of shut all that down.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. So, them not being in school, and then really once they got back, it was just so limited of who you could, they just didn't want to bring in a lot of people and that kind of stuff. So, so hopefully we can, start working on gaining funding and trying to get more teaching artists in the schools to do different programs.
But you have another performance on December 7th at the Christmas parade.
We do.
That's kind of an annual event.
It is. That is another one. I think that's the 9th year we've been doing that. And we used to do a float. We did a float in the parade before
and we're talking about the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes,
Christmas
the Chamber
parade,
of Commerce
the Walker County
Christmas parade. We used to participate in that with a float. And then once we started doing Nutcracker every year, we said we cannot build a float and build a production. So what could we do? And we were dancing in class, and the students were learning dances, and we love to use holiday music. And so we said, let's just perform. Let's just do like they do for at Macy's and do the pre-parade performance. And so I talked to Debbie, and we thought in front of Young's would be a great spot there. Right. And, she was all about it. And they bring us lights, and we set up, and we've been doing that for 9 years. So it's a free performance out on the street, and it's from 5 to 6 is the actual performance. And all of our students, from our baby, 3-year-old little dancers.
They're so cute.
Yes, everyone in the studio, that's open to all of them. So it's a great way for parents, grandparents, friends to see what they're doing, see what their students, the kids are learning, and they have a chance to perform and in the community, in a community setting. Right. So, yes. So that is next Tuesday.
Right. And Young Jewelers is at 401 19th Street, right there on Main Street. And the parade is at 6, but now, Maria, you go from 5 to 6.
Yes, and we're on that end, so we finish at 6, but they don't start on the other end.
East end.
So the timing works out, perfectly. We finish, and everyone's already there, and
they move
5 minutes later,
the floats come rolling through.
Yes, everything comes rolling through. So timing-wise, we kind of got it down there.
And appropriate enough, Debbie has those nutcrackers right outside Young Jewelers' doors.
When she got those, I can't remember when she bought them, but she sent me a text and said, "You're not going to believe what I found. I'm so excited." Yes, so she does have the nutcrackers right there.
I feel like we now need to get them like a rollout, like the Macy's. Which is like it has the Macy's logo on the ground for the parade.
Maybe we could get the city to build a stage up on the steps of City Hall.
Why do I feel like y'all are looking at me asking for those things?
I am not the person who works for Jasper Main Street.
Yeah.
But let me know, and I'll try to help you out.
Okay, you just hit my arm where I had my booster shot. That
I'm
hurt.
very sorry. I forgot
She's
about this.
still touching it. Stop.
Can you rub it?
No. But your Nutcracker's different. Your Nutcracker is the official sanctioned. What is it called?
It's my choreography, but it's based off of. I would say it's more based off of. I think. Well, it's actually a blend of different Nutcrackers I've seen. The way the Nutcracker sort of kind of developed was, I think it was 1892 in Russia was when it first premiered, and it was nobody liked it. It was a flop, and they felt like the story was weak and all of that. So it wasn't one of the top ballets, even though right now it is. It's probably the most famous. If you ask somebody what is a ballet, that would be maybe one of their top answers. But then when Balanchine said it on the New York City Ballet, his version in like the 50s really kind of, I think, started that American tradition of the Nutcracker. So I would say that had a lot of influence. I mean, it influences a lot of Nutcrackers, but it influenced me. And seeing Balanchine productions, New York City Ballet or different ballet companies that do that, and then also seeing totally different versions. So I think mine is influenced from all of those, but it's my choreography based off of that original story.
How many staff do you have for this show? I mean, it can't just be you. I mean, I realize you're the chief bottle washer.
Yeah.
But who else do you have helping?
I have Brianna McAnally is one of my teachers, and she runs, the two of us run rehearsals, so we'll have sort of simultaneous 2 rooms going on. And she's done the show so many times, so she knows it. And then I just have some older students that have been in the production a lot that serve as rehearsal assistants, meaning they know the choreography. It may have been something that they've done in the past, so it's kind of just passed on that way. So they will serve as rehearsal assistants, and then that allows. So I have 3 or 4 of those that help out. So they can facilitate part of a rehearsal, which would allow myself or Brianna to step out and maybe do some type of individual coaching or something like that. So, yeah, it's a group effort.
Well, when you get to
on deck.
performances, who does all your tech work, your lighting, your sound? I mean, because you're not rehearsing in those spaces.
No, we have 2 days. It's amazing. We have 1 tech rehearsal, 1 dress rehearsal, and we go.
Yeah.
And I have...
That's tough.
Mike just...
Excuse me. I know, it is tough, but I have an amazing tech crew. So my crew, they're all off. They have been doing it for years, and they're all in different places now. Jacob Adams does our sound. He's in med school at UAB. He comes back every year and does our sound.
Bless him.
He is amazing. I've got Danny Rains, who graduated from Auburn last year and is an engineer for the city of Anniston, I think. Comes back and operates the
That's really cool.
the lifts, the
Fly system.
fly system. Thank you. And the she does that and stage manage stage left stage manager. Megan Underwood, stage right stage manager. I've got Rachel Pickering does our lights. She's been doing it for years. I think she lives in Montevallo, so she comes back every year.
So everybody just rallies.
And so so I kind of have this crew that come back, and they've been working together for so long. They got it down. They know what to do. So we get in there, set everything up, run our tech, We have one day to fix something that might have gone wrong.
Because something is going to go wrong.
Yes.
It always does.
Yes. It's usually going to be the lights. So, but yeah, we have one day to fix that. They know how we rent our backdrops every year. So, we get those in. They know how to hang them. And we're just ready to go.
Well, surely you get in to hang those backdrops before that day.
Before, yes, we have those hung.
That's a big job.
Yeah, we hang those
Well, and they have
Tuesday
to
usually Tuesday. We can get in there and hang those and have them ready to go. They come in Wednesday morning, start focusing lights. Pretty much have that done by the time we are ready to run the tech.
Out.
I know.
No, it's tough. I've done that before. I've done one tech and one dress, and then it was it in a space I'd never been in before. I've done it. I don't ever want to do it again.
I would love to have a theater that was more like a home that we would be able to spend more time in.
That you just rehearse in all the time.
Or have 10 days to rehearse in.
Absolutely.
But it just shows you how these kids that are in this production, just how adaptable they are, because they just get in there and they know their material, they know the music, they know this music inside and out. So it just really doesn't take them long to figure out how to put it on in that space, which is a big deal. I mean, that's not easy.
Right, and you can do that to kids, but you try to do that to adults, they'll balk. They'll cry. They'll scream. But kids just adapt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would never work with adults ever again. Kids were great. Adults are awful. They are.
Well, my adults are good too.
Yeah, they're in one scene, Maria, the party scene, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's long. It's like 30 minutes long. They're out there.
Scene.
Yeah, but
do you need a dog in the Nutcracker?
We currently don't have a dog written into the libretto, but we could. Maybe we need to do Annie.
I've been there, done that too. No thanks.
Tallulah would be fantastic.
No thanks. Okay, tell us the dates again. Let's start with Christmas Parade.
That's December 7th, right?
In downtown
Tuesday
Jasper.
night.
Yes. In front of Young on 19th Street.
5 to 6.
5 to 6. And then you've got the Nutcracker at Jasper High School.
Yes.
That's the 18th.
December 18th.
2 o'clock?
2 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
How do you get tickets for that? Are they online?
They are online. So they're on our website. You can buy them online, or you can buy them at the door.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't you use Tix?
We are using Eventbrite.
Okay.
And they can also be purchased just directly from the website, our website.
Okay. Right. We'll make sure we link those on the Facebook and Instagram.
And tell us again when Honk Jr. is.
Honk Jr. is March 4th, 5th, and 6th is when it's scheduled for at Roland Auditorium, Bevill State campus.
Here in Jasper. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And if you want your students to come.
Yes, and if you're a teacher and you're thinking you want, give us a call.
All right. Well, Maria, thank you for coming. You can learn more about Maria and Athletic Arts and Dazzle Dance. Oh, we forgot about Dazzle Dance. Yes. That's her boutique, her retail boutique on the side of the studio that does the 12 Days of Christmas with Downtown Jasper.
We are participating in
She has a special on day 6, which is December 6th.
Yes, December 6th, 25% off everything. And we're also doing a $50 giveaway. So sign up, put your name in for the drawing.
Your dance and all other attire.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, so find out more about Walker Voices and Athletic Arts and Dazzle Dance and Maria at Facebook, Walker Voices and Beyond podcast. Is that the name of our podcast? Sure. I think it is. But anyway, I handle Facebook and
I handle the Instagram.
And so we'll see you later. Thanks for coming. Walker Voices is a DME media production. Copyright 2021, Daily Mountain Eagle.